go to the Tools panel of Affinity Photo and select the Paintbrush tool. Go and select a brush. Now I'm going to go to the Basic section and I'm going to select that one, 16. Now I'm just going to set the colour. I've got a mustard colour there and I'm going to make a circular design. Very basic design. Now what happens? It creates a layer. So you've got a layer straight away, a pixel layer. But I'm just going to add a couple more rings. So I'm just going to go for green now. Obviously it's a very rough circle. Blue. And maybe pink. Purple. Red. And so on and so on. Whole range of different. And of course outside as well if you want. However, you'll notice this is a layer. This is just a standard layer. What you do with layers, go down here to Effects and click there. With that, what you can do, you can go and set outer shadow, and I'm just going to put that to about 19, 20, intensity about 70. So you've got a nice shadow there. Also 3D, I want it to be three-dimensional. It's not greatest of three-dimensional, it's no extrusions or anything like that, but let's go in for 5 or 6, and you can, don't push it too far. You don't want to make it too, want it nice and rounded. Click close. Now what I also want to do is I want to turn this into a rasterized pixel layer, but with the combining with the shadow. So I'm just going to go to Layer and Rasterize. So Layer and Rasterize, deselect the Preserve Layer Effects. And now what happens? It blends into a single layer. So Rasterize, all one single layer, no effects. So it's all one. Now what you can do now is you can go to the brushes. Right side menu, and you can go down the bottom, new brush from selection. Now this design is selected, so new brush from selection, and then it's been added. Just remove that now. And you can see the design there. Double click it and you can bring this panel up and you can modify the various settings. So general, you can change the overall size, maybe make it 417, something like that. You can change the spacing if you want. You can make it a nice continuous design there. I don't want that in this, so I'm just going to change that. And size jitter, so you can see that. Obviously handy if you've got an art pad and pen. Also the scatter, set those as well. And also rotation, you can say nice rotated as well, so it's just turning. And also, if you want really colourful design, simply use the hue jitter, maybe saturation, etc. And close. And now apply it. Go to the back to the paintbrush tool and apply it. Now you can vary the size of the brush. You can also, by changing the pressure, you can see what the result, you get a different design. Now, you may want to keep it like this. You get a very sharp displacement if you use this. But you can actually blur it as well. So you might sort of go up here, go to Filters and Blur and Gaussian Blur. Just a little bit of a blurring, so it's a bit smoother. Just subtle, 2, 3, it's all you really need. Don't want to make it too far. Click Apply. Now go to Layer and New Layer. So you've got now 2 layers. You see there 2 layers. The underline layer, which is this one that's blurred, and now this one, which I'm just going to apply yet this design yet again. Obviously it's going to be different. There's no way I'm going to generate exactly the same design, and you can apply it all over there. And of course you don't have to use the same brush. You may go and decide, you know what, create a different one, maybe a square design brush. Simple, just create simple or triangle design with multiple. It doesn't have to be circular. I've gone for circular just because I could go for circular. So I've got this design now. What I can now do, I can go to Filters and Distort and down to Displace. So Displace there, and you've got this panel. And you can modify the strength, you can change it. Now, probably not much use changing it without actually anything loaded. Now you can load from a map file. So you can also load map from layers beneath. Click there and you can see straight away now you've got your design, and you can vary that. You can push it too far. I think if you go that far, it just becomes like noise, which is not particularly great. So just keep it about there. I think there's a certain point where it looks great. Beyond that, it doesn't look so great. So there you have it. And also you've got scale to fit and all those sort of settings. If you want to change those, makes no difference. So obviously click Apply. So you've got this design now, and you can see you've got this lovely abstract design, which you of course can modify further. You can apply other effects and so on and so on. But I think that's quite a beautiful design that you can work with. It's a background design, it's a layer, maybe overlay, maybe in 3D effects, whatever. Hope you found this of interest. Thank you much.